Aaron from Botelho's Big Dig here, you know, the Big Dig. It is a blustery 37 degrees out, and today's mission is to do a little organizing with the equipment. Behind me over there-ish, you'll see the Kubota. I gotta get that off the trailer, get the bucket off the trailer, kind of clear the deck of the trailer. And right here behind me on the ground, I gotta get that bucket off the trailer, or pallet rather, make sure it fits the Kubota, and get all this stuff put somewhere. We've got work to do on the trailer in the shop at some point. I've got a winch that I'm gonna be making a removable system for. And, you know, why not wait till it's freezing out? So I'm gonna set you up. I gotta hook up to the trailer, back it up a little bit. Mostly because I gotta have the truck attached to the trailer when I back the machine off. But where the trailer's sitting, the truck basically blocks the road. So let me set you up, let you see me back up to the trailer, move it a little bit, and we will, I guess, make a video of this. See you in a minute. Is all the way on the property. We are going to drop these ramps and see if we can get this thing off. I'm going to tell you this, boys and maybe girls. Binders and chains suck. Straps way better. I get that chains typically last longer, but we're not going to get into that. Anyway, let me set you up and you guys can watch me rip this stuff apart. Alright, I use bungees to keep my excess chain from flapping all over the place, and we just let's get these binders off. Might as well carry them up to the front. That's where they go. All right, we're back. Had a bit of lunch. The first thing we're gonna do is unearth this bucket here that we've got on the ground and see what it looks like. got a little metal strap here. And we just need to give her the old little scissoroo. Okay, is there any other metal straps? Nope. Alright, so put those down. Alright, well, how does this thing look here? I'd say fairly decent. Has replaceable teeth. Little cutting edgy. You know, I mean, not the baddest ass thing ever. These bolt on instead of having replaceable ends, but I think it'll work. Let's go get the machine. All right. So, if anybody on the interwebs is curious about Rhinox buckets, yeah, let's go over some things. They are a company. They did ship me a bucket. I sent them $1,000 and I heard nothing from them for 3.5 weeks. Their website said, you know, 2 weeks to make it, 2 weeks to ship it. I don't hear anything for 3.5 weeks. So I email them. They get back to me, oh, you know, it says on the I said, listen, I can read. That's how I wrote this email. And I'm just curious, you know, no communications. I sent actually 3 emails before they responded. They responded to the email of me threatening to cancel the payment on my PayPal. Yeah. Anywho, the bucket's here. Tried to put it on my Kubota. And look at these holes. You see there's a pin that goes through here. The pin's sitting over there on those ears. And yeah, these holes are too small. So out of the box, it doesn't fit. Is the dimensions accurate? Yes. Does it fit? No. The other thing I'm going to tell you is kind of stupid. These are Rhinox teeth. I have to do some research, but these things bolt on like this. I don't know if these are just Rhinox branded or if they are actually a Rhinox manufactured part. It's a great way they can get you to keep buying from them. Anyway, this is a trenching bucket. Hopefully it's not going to get a ton of use. That's why I didn't spend like $3,000 or $4,000 on one. But today's video, we're going to attempt to sand these holes out, make a minor adjustment so that the pin will actually fit, and then I can put this on my machine. Second mission, we're going to take these 2 quick attach ears here and basically nip this bar right beyond this hole and right beyond that hole, weld these 2 ears to it in the proper spacing, and then weld a D-ring, which is actually over here in the middle. And so what we're going to call that is crane mode activated, because I figured out the hard way that having a bucket on the machine is taking up some of the machine's lifting capacity. So we're going to fabric cable that, do a bunch of welding, some plasma cutting, etc. Looks like this battery in the camera is not going to make it, so I'm going to go get another battery and we'll catch up with you in a few minutes once I get more set up. All right. Those are my feet. Let me move this. All right, first thing we're going to do is take this little, well, I'd say Scotch-Brite, but this is a knockoff pad. And the first thing we're going to do is try and sand out the inside of here and get this paint off. And that way we'll see, maybe it's just a paint interference. Maybe we got to get the real hardcore stuff out. This will take just a little metal off, but not a lot. All right. Now let's just give it some hell in here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Alright, well, it would seem that this coating is pretty durable. Whatever it is. Alright. Looks like it gummed up this pad pretty quick. Alright, let's shut you off and go get a different tool. Alright, my feet are back. Hands are back. We're trying a 60 grit sanding disc. I don't believe that this disc is going to last very long, or tube rather, but it's making some fucking progress. Alright. Still a little paint in the middle. Let's work on that. Alright. See how this pin fits. Let's hope this was the solution. Not so good. Let's do it a little more. Now remember, folks, a looser fit is better than a tighter fit on this example. I mean, you can start off as tight as you want. This is not a greasable fitting, so it doesn't really do much. Please fit. Getting closer. Getting closer. Try again. Well, I'd say that's a pretty good start. Let's do a little magic here, and all of a sudden you're going to be looking at the other side. Look at that. We get another hole that don't fit. Let's give that one the same job. This sanding drum here, well, it seems to be holding out. Get ready. No good. Brand new. Alright, let's give it a try. Well, you know, as acceptable as that could be with a hammer, what if I don't want to have to use a hammer? Let's open this side up a fair bit more and see if we can't give ourselves a little bit more room to play with here. Now note, this is not just paint. I am removing metal to get the factory Kubota pin to fit. So, what am I going to do? Well, we're going to put a little black grease in there. And really this is just to protect things for the winter, because the truth is during the summer, this will get hammered and used enough that it really won't make too much of a difference that there's not any paint in here. Equipment only rusts when you're not using it. That's a kind of fun one. This is just fluid film black, by the way. Okay, I'm going to put that away. And we're going to check this job off the list. All right, so let me show you what we got here. So right here is 24 inches from the end here. I decided not to utilize the holy end. So this is the actual cut line, and then this small line here and this small line here represent the inside of where those two quick attach plates are going to go. I have sectioned off 3 reasonable areas to grind, because my plasma cutter won't cut this rusty shit, and I don't want to weld on this rusty shit. So I might as well get all the grinding done on this side, and I'm going to cut this so that I don't have to deal with this 3 million pound giant, you know, whatever, 6-foot chunk of steel. However, before I start welding on this side, I am going to rotate the doobly-doo here and grab my D-ring and weld it on the other side while this is still relatively mobile without those giant ears. So I'm going to get you set up, and you can watch me grind with maybe some high-speed footage, maybe some sound overword or something, because, yeah, I'm going to put on some headphones. This shit's loud. All right, last bit of footage was most likely from our visit last night to Fire Hazard Welding Shop, and we didn't start any fires, so that's a good thing. We let the beam cool down because I have to do a fair bit of fit up, and to be real with you, trying to handle a 40-pound chunk of metal that's like 350 degrees, it's not fun. So anyway, what we're going to do before we head back into the Fire Hazard Welding Shop is we're going to take these two Vivor arms that are down here on the floor, and we're going to prep those for welding. So due to the thickness that we're trying to weld here, with that U channel on the ground being, I believe, I don't know, it's like 3/8, maybe even ½ an inch. Oh, I can look at the piece over there. Yeah, so I think it's like probably 3/8 at least. And then these quick attach plates are like 3/4 of an inch thick. If we just fit those together full thickness at the weld, you're not going to get a lot of penetration and you're not going to achieve as much strength. In practice, your best bet is to layer small welds and focus on the depth of penetration that you can achieve easily with your welder. If you have to stack 1,000 little beads, as long as your penetration is proper, there's really no negative to that. If you're working process pipeline and things, yes, there are heating issues, whatever. But for welding equipment together, stacking 1,000 little beads with a lower powered welder is going to be a better thing than trying to take that low powered welder and just hammer a big fat bead in there, because your little bit of penetration only goes so far. What you end up doing is you bevel the edge of the pipe, and I'll show all this to you, or sorry, I used to work pipeline. So anyway, you bevel the edge of the steel that you're welding to your parent metal. So for example, that channel is our parent metal that we're welding to. These two brackets are going to sit upon that. And so what we're going to do is we're going to make a nice bevel on either side where we weld that together. And I'll show all this to you and explain it a little bit further once we go back into the Fire Hazard Welding Studio. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to set these two pieces up over here on my jack stands in my automotive shop / grinding shop. We're going to do a little grinding. We're going to prep those up, and then we'll pick back up in the welding shop. Alright, welcome back to Fire Hazard Welding Shop, and we're about to weld this, so I want to show you a couple of things. I think this flathead's going to suffice as a good pointer. So in here you can now see our single-sided bevel. And what that allows us to do is try and really stick a weld down in there and get more penetration into this than we would have if we had just left this an acute 90-degree angle. Now, should I have made these wider? Possibly, but we're going to make that happen. Anywho, we got some magnets set up. I'm going to set you up in more of an aerial view, and we're just going to finish measuring and marking and put a pin in this hole back here to align these and get everything square, and then we're just going to buzz a whole bunch of welds on. We're going to start by putting like a tack at each end, and we're going to kind of like almost weld this like a pipeline deal. We're going to do a root and a hot pass on this side, then we're going to come in, root, hot pass on that side, and we're going to do both sides to hopefully prevent these from flopping this way. Alright, let me get you set up, and most of this is either going to be voiceover, time-lapse, or music or something, because I'm not going to keep a microphone on while I'm welding. Let me get you set up. Alright, here's where we're at. We got some decent looking welds. We got some really terrible looking welds. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grind most of this down so that I can lay a few new passes. And then once I do that, we're going to give this whole thing a quick polish. And I would say some POR 15 and some spray paint and call it a day. So I'm going to set you up and we'll get to grinding. Alright, it's welded. Evidently I forgot to press the record button on the GoPro for the finish welding. We're going to do a quick touch up with the grinder and make some ugly spots go away. And then we're going to hit this with probably some POR 15. I haven't decided yet. Might just give it the old tss, tss. It's thick enough metal. I really don't think I'm going to have to worry about it rusting out, so to speak. But anywho, we'll give her a little dolling up at the end. Let me set you up for the final session of grinding. And hope you're liking it so far. Sorry I forget to record occasionally. Kind of a dingbat. Alright, take a look at the grinding. Alright, what we're going to do here, we're going to give this a quick spray with some brake clean, maybe a little wipe with, I don't know, glass cleaner or something. And then we're going to give her a little flap, 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 flap with some POR 15 on the rusty bits. Once that's all dry, maybe tomorrow, maybe later tonight, we'll give her a little spritz spritz. Let's see how that looks. All right, there's the POR'd part. We just brushed on a quick coat. Nothing perfect, but the truth is this thing's never gonna have any rust issues. Doesn't matter if the paint chips. There's just so much steel there that by the time our strength is compromised, we'll have far bigger issues. So we're gonna squirt this with some Rust-Oleum Red. It's probably gonna be a voiceover or a time lapse or music or something, because I have to turn that fan and some fans that are upstairs on, and you know it's going to be noisy. So let me change your battery and get you set up so you can see what I'm doing.
Alright, so the truth about POR 15 is you're really supposed to only put it on rusty metal, and it also degrades really bad in UV light. That's why we're throwing a little bit of red over here. If you paint anything with POR 15, no, you got to top coat it. Now get to sample what I'm listening to. Oh yeah, that's Van Halen. Oh. Alright, nope, you guys can't have too much Van Halen. This is probably going to get flagged anyway for content, because the guitar playing at one point is a Meters song. But yeah, so we're just squirting on a couple of coats of paint here. Everything is red, so it's easy to see. And I hope you're enjoying the video. If you like it, hit the thumbs up button. Maybe subscribe. Winter's a little tough for excavation videos, but we'll get going in the springtime. Coming soon. Thank you.
All right, well, this is going to be the conclusion of the video. The lifting bracket is all painted up, and we're gonna go try it out. So let me get you set up over by the Kubota, and we'll see how it fits. Wish me luck, buddy. I welded everything, did it all, painted it all up before I ever tried if it fits. I don't recommend you doing things the way I do them. All right, we're gonna start up the machine. Lift up the arm a little bit here. All right, now we're going to grab the pin that is, all right, currently holding you where you're at. So we're going to pull this pin out, and then I'm going to put you back down gently. Okay, let's adjust your angle. All right, let's see how it fits. May not have made it the easiest to install. Okay, seems to be in the right place. All right, let's get the little clippy-do. Don't want our American flag on the ground here. Well, you can't see that. All right, grab the clippy-do. And that's that. Let's show you the final fit here. All right, so I'm gonna say this. It's not a precision fit. There's quite a bit of play. I do not recommend, you can see some space in there. That's really, well, it's just the way that they're made. But I think this is going to work pretty well. Looks like we could have made it a little narrower, but I think it's gonna work. It turns out that the width of the flanges on that Rhinox bucket are a little bit wider than what's on those other units over there. Again, don't buy Rhinox. Rhinox is crap. I mean, it's gonna work, but it's the cheapest option. Anywho, this is more or less what we're looking at. We got a D-ring down here to hang our chain, and this is what I like to call crane mode activated, you know. This is a lot lighter than even my smallest bucket. So the problem I ran into is with my 24-inch bucket, you know, you hook chains up, but this lift arm here lifts that weight first. Anything you attach to it is going to be heavier. So this allows a lightweight attachment point so that you can use all of the lifting force while, you know, having something secure. Would I lift 20,000 pounds with this? God, no. This little gap here, I mean, this machine can only lift about 4,000 pounds. So this little gap here, it's gonna be fine. And it's not like I do paver jobs or retaining walls all the time. This is just gonna make it a lot easier. Eventually I may put some holes in here with some I-rings or something in order for lighter lifting. But that's about gonna do it. Me and Blossom the Kubota say goodbye. Have a great day.